took a little trip to the Lego store yesterday and picked up a bunch of brand new Lego Harry Potter sets. I'm pretty impatient, so I started building straight away, and here I am a day later filming my review of Hagrid's Hut set 76428. The set came with 896 pieces, which is a lot more than I expected when I first saw it. I can't believe this is the 5th remake of Hagrid's Hut, but today we're going to find out if Lego nailed it or failed it. The obvious place to start is the outside of the hut, but it's the inside of the hut where this set really comes to life, so I'm afraid you're gonna have to stay tuned if you want to see inside. So, to be honest, this set was a lot bigger than I expected it to be. Here's an apple for scale, if that helps. Much like the previous versions of this set, you get 2 buildings. One is Hagrid's Hut, and that's the main structure, the main focus of the set, and you also get a miniature adorable Hagrid's Hut which sits just behind it. For a set this size, the outside is incredibly detailed, and the build itself is surprisingly complex, so no prizes for guessing where most of those pieces went. I was actually shocked by the amount of pieces required to build up the brickwork. There's a mixture of light grey, dark grey and tan pieces, which give the building a beautiful traditional stone look. And a few people have called for masonry bricks to be used here, but I completely disagree. Hagrid's Hut is made of stone and not brick. The set has 2 windows and of course a hinged door piece with an OCD inducing door frame. This can be easily fixed just by moving the plate to the middle. There's some really nice details around the base and the side of the set too. Mushrooms, leaves, pumpkins and tree stumps are dotted all around the set to give this a truly magical outdoorsy feel. I'm kinda curious about these 2 little modular pieces here that connect into the base. Maybe that suggests that Lego has plans for the future to expand the set. They could sell small packs that just clip on. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? And because this set is based on the Philosopher's Stone, it's supposed to depict the scene where Draco is caught spying through the windows, and I feel like there has to be a mistake here because the box suggests Draco is supposed to be standing on this little stump and looking through the window. But it tells you to put the stump on the left side, and then if you put Draco there, he's staring into a brick wall. If you just swap these around, then Draco looks through the window. Maybe this is intentional to encourage play, but in my opinion, looks like a mistake. The hut's entirely closed off, unlike the previous version, and this is something I welcome because I'm so fed up of just getting the front of a building. The shape of the hut itself, although simple, is surprisingly difficult to pull off, and Lego have used some advanced building techniques here to make this work. I encourage you to try and make a shape like this at home, and you'll realise quickly how difficult it is to do this without leaving gaps everywhere. The roof is just as detailed as the rest of the set, and has some brilliant textures with moss and leaves all over the top. It just really ties the whole thing together and sells that natural weathered look. The roof shape is also ridiculously complicated. The shape of this is crazy to pull off. There's barely any gaps showing here thanks to the use of these pieces, which were originally from a Star Wars set, I believe. All these pieces are hinged off, and the more you build this set, the more you realise how ridiculously impressive it is. The roof just pops off, and if you look underneath, you can just see the level of complexity it took to pull this off. I'm pretty sure this roof weighs more than the rest of the set. All these pieces and shapes work in tandem to allow the roof to be symmetrical and closed off. And just based on that alone, this is already the best of the Hagrid huts. Hagrid's huts, yeah, we'll go with that. And now for the showstopper, which is the inside of the set. I love that it just pops open, revealing all the details, and the whole thing just comes to life. Literally every single character fits inside, apart from Draco, who shouldn't be there and doesn't deserve to be there. The folding sections are held in place by these little clip points which stop it from coming apart if you lift it up. I mean, just look how much detail is crammed into even this tiny little space. In this left section is a lovely little corner chair that I'd love to sit in by the fireplace with a cup of tea. I wonder if Hagrid is any good at making tea. On the wall is one of 3 sticker pieces, and this one's used to hang up Hagrid's keys. We also get one of these new collectible portraits which are now cleverly incorporated into the set instead of being completely out of place. In the middle section, which is the largest of all three, you'll find another cozy little area which just looks lived in. Of course, Hagrid's iconic pink umbrella is in a barrel by a door, but the most impressive detail in this section is the reclining chair. It's big enough for half giants and Hagrid's minifigure actually fits in the chair. The build of this chair is really satisfying and it actually reclines. Just opposite the chair is a shelving sticker piece with some flour and a little Easter egg, the shell stones that Hermione throws at the window. And here he is, the main attraction, Norbert the baby dragon who's just been born. Look how cute he is. It's a good thing dragons are not real because I'd never be able to get rid of a baby Norbert. There's also a little cupboard behind him which does open and reveals another collectible portrait. But really the best part about all this is how everyone fits inside, so you can close it and create the scene from the birth of Norbert. And when I say everyone, I mean the 4 minifigures included in the set, excluding Draco again. He's just not invited. Everyone gets brand new torso prints and they're all pretty nice. Ron gets a nice blue jumper printed on both sides, and Hermione has a blue open cardigan. Harry's jumper is bright green. I believe these jumpers are movie accurate and you'll find them in the right scene too. But the best minifigure upgrade is of course Hagrid. Lego used the same minifigure for years and years and it's about time we got a new one, and I'm so happy we did. Hagrid's wearing his green stained apron which looks awesome and it's exactly like the apron from the first movie. Saving the best till last, it's something that no one expected and I'm so glad we got it. A custom moulded Fang who sits perfectly in the mini side building of Hagrid's hut. Overall, I have to say that this is one of my favourite Harry Potter Lego sets for a long while. I get why it might seem a little bit overpriced, but for the level of detail in this build, it's just something to behold. I'm honestly not mad at the £65 price tag. I'm sure it will come down in price, and when it does, it will be an absolute steal. I just hope Lego don't remake it again,